Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Today is Monday, March 11th, 2024, and this is a reading for the collective. And so this first card that came is dancing, self-expression, movement. It's about knowing that you need to move forward and you need to have all that you can hold from down within your own very of souls. It's about your soul's growth now, your expansion, your Buddha light from deep down within, and showing it all around and knowing that you aren't going to be seen as a clown anymore. It's about free-flowing expansiveness, knowing your own home, your own worth, and your own soul's growth and journey now in all ways of only now too. It's about loving yourself and dancing and feeling whole once again in all ways of only now too. Your soul knows the way now, so hold on, dear, and be proud of who you are and whoever you have near now too. The next card is love yourself. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And it's about knowing that no matter what has happened in the past and all the lessons that you have learned from the truth and truth of others now too, whether it was true or not is up to you. But there are all those loose lips out there going all around, and you do too of only know your own saddest of sounds in all ways of only now too. Those that have been lying, that have been cheating, and have been stealing your joy are being caught up in their only of said moments in all times nows too. So know your worth, know your confidence level, and also know that this is a birth year for most of you now too. It's about the newness in life and respecting yourself and honoring yourself in a whole lot more ways than only this earthly of realms nows too. It's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And it's about knowing your own true inner expansiveness now too, and knowing that your high heart has the onlyest of best, of highest of sounding of vibrations all around now too. It's about loving yourself and knowing your own said self-respect again, and knowing that there's inner harmony from deep down within and all of your own said head and headways now too. You know which way you need to go for you and to do the best job that you possibly can do in all ways of only now too. You own your own personal power, and you do too of only have your onlyest of highest of knights by your sides now too. No matter how many other out there want to rub you the wrong way, you already know that it's not worth it to even have anything to say. So be proud of who you are and the journey that you have been on in all ways of only now too. There's positive change coming to you in more ways than only one now too. And the card reads, dare to be different when you are criticized. Remember that you will never please everyone. Many brilliant and gifted individuals were not fully appreciated or understood in their own lifetime. Yet it is often they who have sown the seeds of change. And it's about knowing that you know which way you need to go, and that it's okay to be full of love and light and not have anything to hold on to that is only of darkness now too. So spread your wings and do to of only fly, and know that it's time, that it's okay to be seen and heard in always of most of these times. And know that you are lovable. It's a gift, and it's knowing that you are loving yourself in the most of pleasureful of ways now too. You've accepted yourself, and you are comfortable in your own said skin in most ways, and all ways of only now too. The card reads, the less I love myself, the harder it is for others to love me. The more I love myself, the easier it is for others to love me, and for me to recognize how loved I am. And again, it's about loving yourself, and everything starts from deep down and within you in all ways of only now too. So be proud of you and everything that you have and have not have only done for yourself, and in more ways than just one now too. The next card reads, my home is a reflection of myself. As I clean out the closets of my mind, I also make my home a wonderful place to live in. And it's about knowing that all the monkeys from the past, all the crazy bats won't last. And it's time for you to step into your own true gift and your own true inner power and inner strengths in all ways of only now too. As these Cinderella's glass slippers do to have only fittest upon your onlyest of beautifulest of feet now too. So make sure you do your self-care, even if it includes a pedicure or a manicure now too, because that's important to some of you. And it's time to do a little bit more extra for just not only you, but also your home life now too. And the back of the card reads, my home is a peaceful haven. And it's about knowing that it's safe for you to be there and to be who you are and to stand up strong and loving and caring as a palm frond now too. So be beautiful as we're in this time of peace and inner harmony and in all sacredness of ways now too. I pulled a few charms, and the first charm that came to be is an open heart. And it's about you knowing that as long as your heart is open and loving, that there's only kindness and good things coming in all ways, back into and from within all of you now too. The shamrock. It's not a four-leaf, or it is a four-leaf clover. So it's about having good luck and also knowing that all through these St. Patty's days now too, it's about honing your own true said skills and knowing that you are quite benevolent in all ways of only know too. Knowing that you are your own true magician in your own and allest of these saidest of lifetimes. And it's up to you to save your own said but, and knowing your own true worths and groundings of now too. It's not about leaning on others or depending on others, but only depending on yourself so that you may have a healthier relationship at last. The saw. It's about sawing away the old dead wood and knowing that there's only new greenery coming up instead. So be proud of you and knowing that it's okay to trim a little bit of excess from your onlyest of saidest of ways in all ways now too. Even if it's about your own mental health and your onlyest of saidest of diets now too, or even trimming up your budget a little bit better in most ways than most others now too. The arrow with the open heart at the end is about knowing that there is love out there from a Cupid's friend and knowing that their heart is as open as yours and that there's a new direction in the end. So be prepared and be proud and know that there's so much more going on all around than you do to have only known now too. And a hand with the Star of David in it. And it's about knowing that you know your stars and your ascendants and your ancestral ways now too. And it's about knowing that you need to know not everything, but only honor them in all ways of only now too. It's about being you, and no matter where you come from or your ancestry or lineages now too, it's about knowing that you are these most beautifulest of blends in all ways and every day on through now too. It looks like this is, to me, it looks too fat to be a dragonfly. To me, I don't know. But it's about being careful as to what you say and how the truth is told and how it unfolds now too. So it may not look like a dragonfly, it may not be a dragonfly, but it may sting like a bee or a wasp in more ways than just one now too. So be careful there, dear, and know that you are in heaven's gates, and it's about time that you do too of only know as to how you do too of only rate. The elephant is most sacred in most cultures and some cultures, but it's only wanted for allest of its most sacredest of ivories now too. They remember everything and they hear everything in all ways of only now too. So be careful of your sacredness and of all of your gifts, and do too of only know that your openness of hearts may not always be this gift. So be careful and know that you are protected by the hands of God now too. The deer. The reindeer. Everything's going to unfold and open up by Christmas. It's about leaping through all these last few jumps and hurdles and knowing that you've got your own said rack at last, and you don't have to worry about anybody else coming back from the past. You've closed those gates down, those doors down, those portals, those windows forevermore. It's about knowing that the truest of the trues will stand by your sides, and you don't have to worry about the haters standing in all of these lines. Be bold, be beautiful, and know that you are full of the Christ light now too. And the balanced cross, it's about knowing that all is good in all directions, and that you are the center of your own centerfoldedness of all ways now too. As long as you stay balanced and self-serving to others as well as yourself first. Because if you are not healthy, clean, and on the sharp and narrow, then nothing is going to be forever, ever except for living lean. So be prepared now too, and know that you are not always there just to sit around on your own said faith and morals, but stand up now and do to of only know now that you are truer than true, than most of these most of sorrows anymore now too. The spoon. Being given a silver spoon or coming from the land of silver spoons. It's also about making your own said worth and knowing that you need to do your own self-talk and rebirth in order to hit those onlyest of silverest of spoons once more and in all ways again now too. From deep down within your own saddest of childhoods, you know now too that there's so much more coming in and down and allest of around these yous in all ways of onlyest nows too. Yin and yang, about being balanced, the shadow and light, and knowing that the male and female are out of this sight and well blended and full of integrity, even at night. The swans of Capistrano are coming back. It's about knowing that you are in full flight now too, and there is nothing more that's going to hold you back in any of these other settest of forms. And it's forever now too, knowing your own said worth, and it doesn't matter what anybody has to say about your skirt or anything else about your worth, because most of it has been told as lies now too. Here is the buffalo head, the skull with horns. It's truly not one that's covered, but it's about knowing that you haven't have only made a sound, but it's about ceremonies and sacredness that's going on all around you now too. It's about honoring the old ways and having faith in yourself and knowing how much worth that there hasn't have only yet been rebirthed. So be prepared and know you and yourself and your onlyest of I ams nows too. It's about having those inner strings of life's innermostest of songs be heard all around nows too. Your heart knows their ownest of truest of innermostest of sacredest of songs. Here's another elephant once more to tell you that you are going forever and for long on hearing what's going on all around, but not acknowledging it, but only remembering it now too. It's all bubbling up from the surface and into other levels and layers and realms now too, so be proud of yourself and honor yourself. And don't take any more other crap from anyone else now too, as you are standing in your integrity and you have now honored all of the ancestors through and throughout. and you've accomplished much now too, my dear. So be proud of yourself and honor yourself for all of these hardest of inner workings that you did to and have only done now too. It's okay to be okay now and to honor yourself and be proud of everyone else in all ways of only now too. These are your gifts now that you're picking up on. So be proud, be bold, be beautiful, and know that not all of these other ones will only last, but only stand up after all of these saddest of their past mistakes knows too. Be beautiful. Thank you for coming by, stopping by, and liking and sharing and subscribing to any of my pages. I'm not on all the time. I'm only doing cards, hit or miss right now, as I've got lists that need to be done. And so when I am guided to do a voice card share, I will do a voice card share. When it's a short one video with music, I will do that. When it's a single card draw, I will do that. I totally go on my own guidance as to what to share every day instead of pumping out cards like a machine every day. I just can't do that. That's not how I work. I go in with the flow, in divine flow, and also my own inner flow as well. So be beautiful, stay beautiful. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for your patience with knowing that I don't have a schedule at any time. So take care. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And be beautiful in your own said unique way and in each and every day on through now too. Bye now.